Welcome to an introduction to sewing. You're going to need a needle, some thread, scissors, fabric, and needle threaders. A needle threader makes this whole process much easier. You can thread cotton without it, but it's much easier to use it. Now, when you're cutting your thread like I'm doing here, you're going to need double the amount because you're going to double it over, giving yourself extra thickness. Now you can see here the eye of the needle is very thick, so it was easy to thread the needle. However, most needles are much thinner. You can see here too that I'm adding the knot to the end. Because the fabric is very thick in weave, I need the knot to be thick so it will not pull through the material. So I have knotted on top of each other. Now, I'm showing you how to do this with a needle threader. It is possible to thread a thin needle without it, but it is much easier to use a needle threader. You can see how this works. You pop the needle threader through the eye of the needle and pull the cotton or thread through. And again, I'm double, triple, quadruple knotting. You can see here the knots didn't quite align, but if I do it enough, they will. This is sometimes the trickiest part of the process. Once your needle is threaded and knotted, it is time to sew. This is called straight stitch. The knot should start at the back, as we don't want to see it. This is the most basic stitch. I will also show you here cross stitch, which can be used for decorative reasons. Consider the tension of your thread. If it's too tight, your fabric might buckle. But on the other hand, if it's too loose, it will not. Once you have finished sewing, it is time to knot your thread. Leave a thumb length of thread or you will struggle to tie the knot at the back. I separated the two pieces of thread and I knotted the same way I tie up sneakers. Now I'm going to show you how to attach some felt balls and some felt rope. Again, your knot should be at the back of your fabric. And you can pop the needle through your felt ball here and you are going to put the needle through the fabric to the back. And you might repeat this 3 or 4 times depending on the fabric and depending on how firm you want your object sewn onto it. And now I'm going to show you how to sew on the felt rope. Now there are many different ways to do it, but because I have chosen a thicker needle, I am sewing across the rope to attach it to the material. You can sew through the rope or you can have blind stitching, but that, my friends, is for another time. When this is finished, you will once again knot at the back, and I have knotted differently here. Make sure your back is nice and neat. And you are done.